So good morning, Bernard.
Good morning, and we're here this morning at Wray Castle, or Castle.
Oh, I say, we're going posh.
And it's one of my favourite walks, I have to say. The scenery and area is beautiful.
Wray Castle is where?
Right on the shores of Windermere.
Okay.
Opposite Ambleside.
Okay.
So here it is, a beautiful castle in its own right, as you'll see. And we're going to walk in the direction of the arrows, clockwise, eventually leaving the lake and then striking off inland here, a little bit of road walking here, bordering on Latterbarrow, which on one occasion we did actually visit, but it's so windy today we'll probably stay away, and we'd go in this direction, and that would be the furthest south, but it's so close to Hawkshead that last time we did it, when would that be, in 19, we actually went down into Hawkshead and had our lunch there by the church. We might do that, but then we start this return route here. It's beautiful scenery looking across to Fairfield, and eventually back via this lake to Wray Castle.
6 miles?
6 miles, yeah.
And
well, it's up and down, so a bit
up
of
and down.
Bit of everything.
Bit of everything.
Yeah.
So
we've got to look after Eddie because he's come with his wife's boots. He's walking in his wife's shoes, but
there's no need to laugh. There's no need to laugh.
But they don't really fit him, so he's going to go in his sandals.
In his sandals. So poor Eddie. This is Wray Castle, though. This is where we're underneath the ramparts of it. There's only 6 of us. It's a cloudy day, it's chilly, it's autumnal, and let's see what we can find out today. Well, this is where we are. Apparently it's a folly. It's not much of a castle itself. And this is us, we're off. Eddie will be praying that these are the footpaths that we're going to get all day. They're looking good order. I'm just heading down now. Just see Windermere through the trees there. And down into Windermere. A lot of rustling leaves. It's very windy today. There's a storm about. It's actually not as windy as it was in Morecambe when we set off, but I think there'll be a lot about. And now we've moved off towards Windermere, right down on the lakeside nearly now. This is, you can hear the wind hammering away at us. We're heading into the south, away from the castle, down towards, I suppose Newby Bridge would be the end of the lake. Felfoot Park down there. Looking across, we'll get a view anyway in a minute as we get a little bit further down as to where we are. Okay, so we're down by Lake Windermere now. Peter tells me this is one of the new lake steamers from the Bowness Bay Company. This, as we go along the lake here, is the Langdale Chase Hotel. That's currently closed because it's undergoing some big renovations. And then you move a little bit further along to there, and that's Lowood, and it's marina there. It's little marina. So this is Windermere. Beautiful. And this is Eddie's bit of local knowledge now, that these are the boathouses for Wray Castle, built at the same time as the castle, which you just can't see. It's weird. It's sort of out of the way of sight and sound, but presumably there are some decent views from it. So we've walked along the lake for a while, and now we've headed off west towards, on a path to High Wray. just bringing us up here. This is part of Fairfield, the Fairfield Horseshoe, and then over here through the cell doors you can see the Langdales. We won't be going up there today, but we're just heading this way up the path, just climbing up at the moment, and still, as I say, heading westerly away from the lake. And here we are then in the hamlet of Wray. Nice little houses here, all Lakeland stone, beautifully built, well maintained. There's a bit of building going on here. There's a big house behind us that we couldn't see particularly well, but fences round it with builders' wagons there. Lots of work going on in it. Oh, look at that, look at the little wind mobile. Can't hear it, but it's a pretty little thing. Eddie's just taken a couple of still shots of these, but I'm more interested in
what's the trees called?
the one at the back there.
Foliage. That's a miniature one.
The apples, the red apples swinging because there's been birds in it, but I think we've scared them away, unfortunately. Oh, they're coming back now, some blue tits.
There's a bird here. Look, it's coloured.
So we've come through the village of Wray. That road to the right there goes down to Windermere, but it's impossible for vehicles after a mile. And we're now on the Hawkshead Road. But as I say, we have been climbing, but I really didn't think we've been climbing that much that we needed a base camp. Oh well. We're not going up to the base camp anyway, we're going up this way. Out from Wray now, continued along the road. I think this is the town of Ambleside, going back up the hill, and then you've got the Fairfield Horseshoe there. Fabulous view that, isn't that beautiful? Bit of a grey sky. If that was blue and white, you couldn't find it anywhere nicer in the world than that. Beautiful. And we're moving on up. This is around the Coniston range, looking towards Coniston Old Man on the left above the tree, and then this big beast is Weatherlam coming round. You can't see, but behind those trees the Langdale Pikes and the Langdale Valley, and then there's a little lake down the bottom of here, and our route brings us back on the far side of that. Beautiful day. It's a lovely, lovely walk. Well, a little bit higher up, and we're still looking across at Fairfield there. We've just had a little break to check on the maps. Coming round now again to Weatherlam, Coniston Old Man. We're going to go through that 5-bar gate, but we're not. We're going to go through that 6-bar gate there, and now we're just having 11s, sat on the tyre. How considerate for Bernard to find us a tyre to sit on. Well, we're disturbing a few of the local residents. They're just chomping away on lunchtime, and this is Latterbarrow. We've walked round that from the that side there. We've sort of contoured around it from over by the white building there, and we're looking back over now to the Kempmere Fells. Well, we're off the moorland now, walking through a little farm here. Look at these nice geraniums still going, middle of October. Nice order those. And we're still heading south down towards Hawkshead, and the weather's being kind to us, it really is. So we're heading in now. This is Hawkshead Village, where I think we're going to have lunch. We've gone slightly off the map Bernard wants to sit in the graveyard for lunch, apparently. Lots of little paths around here. But the interesting thing here is that this is a cycle route 6, which is, I think, one of the cross-country routes, one of the major cross-country routes. And that's where it's taking you. I don't know whether I'd fancy particularly coming up here on a road bike laden with panniers for the week's travelling, but anyway, we're heading towards Hawkshead. So we arrive at the town, village, whatever you want to call it, of Hawkshead. Probably most famous for Postman Pat, is it? I don't know. Hawkshead Relish, Hawkshead Brewery, lovely village, but very, very busy in summer. Not too bad today, a few people about.
The old cobblers,
that's the old cobblers, that'll suit us, yes. The old cobblers tea shop. It's always been day somewhere in the world, but here we are. Have I got that? Not yet, Bernard, but I will.
It refers to the things up above.
Right, okay. The two figurines. Oh, there. Yes.
So, no problem.
And there's one of the figurines up there. The other one's the other side of the Red Lion. But the other interesting thing is, look at this. There's a pub here, the Red Lion. There's a pub there, King's Arms. And there's a pubs there, the Queen's Head. Pubs everywhere. And there's the other figurine. One is tempted to refer to last of the summer wine when looking at this fine group of assembled hikers here. I don't know who's Foggy, Compo and Clegg, but so there we are. There's the singing, ringing flagpole up at the church. That's where we've come. We've come from far away there, down through here now, kitchen, bar and workshop, through into the village here, and this is back to the village. I think we're heading for a little ice cream shop. Seen many of these about. I don't know what they're calling it, whether they're calling it a bantam or what it is, but it's a hungry little beast. It keeps picking away. Newcastle United supporter.
Oh yeah, not even an apple car.
And now we're heading back. This is the path that we're on, and I suspect it's going to be like this most of the way because it's part of the cycling route, National Route 6. That's Latterbarrow over there again, and we're heading back north now, back towards Wray Castle, and our starting point. And here we are now. Look, a typical English footpath in autumn. Spot the different colours. It's like a painter and decorator's colour chart, isn't it? All the different colours of all the different leaves on the floor, all the way around here. Beautiful, beautiful. A couple of weeks more, some sunshine on them, and it'll look gorgeous through here. Just got to see what we're coming up to. We've headed throughout outdoor, and then we're heading back now along the path, the higher path towards Wray Castle. As I say, Low Wray first and then back towards the castle. Well, I've just come along to this and we've rebuilt it.
Here.
Those three bars that Bernard's pointed to now weren't in the holes, but as you can see, the There's some bars down there, but they're too short now, and so we've replaced these because there's some sheep in the field to stop them getting out. So we've done our little duty for today.
But they're not taps, so they'll get in.
Yeah. They'll get through that gap that we left at the bottom. We're on our way back now. Wray Castle's somewhere over that lump, I think, and really back over the fells there that we've been following all day, looking back on. And then down at the bottom here you can see that little lake that we talked about this morning, and there's Latterbarrow, and over to the west to where we've been down towards Hawkshead. So we're making our way back now along the path back towards Wray Castle. Well, we've come off the path from the lake, which you can just about make out down there. Start of it, the northern and eastern end of it. We said goodbye to Roy, who's heading his way back. We're heading up this path now, back towards the castle, towards the cars, and then this is just what we're left with. This is gorgeous, look at this. Absolutely superb. What a good day it's been. Really good walk, good company, not many of us out, fortunately. It's the way that it is. And next week we're working on Bernard to go somewhere a little bit different to the one that's planned, because that's very local, and we've got one or two walks that are sort of in the pending tray, not having been done because of bad weather previously. So we might just pull one of those out. So heading back to Wray Castle now in the cars. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next week. But sorry Norman, we're not finished. We've just got another fabulous view. This is where we've been. There's the lake down the bottom, the little lake that we were talking about. And there's Coniston Old Man, across to Weatherlam. And then down at the bottom by the big tree there is the path that we came back along. So let's see if we can get back to the car without having to switch the camera on again. Well, I'm sorry, this is Sorry Norman part 2, because this is the first time since we left this morning that we've actually had a view of Wray Castle. And here it is. There's Wray Castle, the place that you can't see it from anywhere around here. Crazy, crazy. A lovely old building like that. Somebody's folly, but it's good.